Hey guys, what's up? Let me get my light together. Hold up. What happened with this deck? Alright. I'm your host, Leticia Yofo. Welcome to Vixen Tarot After Dark. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already joined the fam, please go ahead and smash that subscribe and the bell right next to it. That way you don't miss out on more updates from me. Also, please go follow my Vixen Tarot After Dark Instagram and on my personal, which is Lucrative Lives. All right. We're going to get into relationship readings, which means, you know, this could be about a situation, someone crushing on, you are with and in love with. So we're going to get into it. How they feel about the relationship, how you feel about them, how y'all both feel about being in a relationship in general, and like pretty much what's come. So we can find out what has happened with Scorpio in the building. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we have the first card, the flip. So this is really relationships in general. So with third, it's kind of when you have the Empress in the reverse, like you really feel it might be relationships might be a little bit fruitless at times. You know, people end up being codependent and you don't want them to be like that, like really just in on you. Like, you know, being in a relationship is kind of like a lack of harmony sometimes in your life, and you try and like maintain a balance of like, you know, work life, relationship life, or you know, personal life with your friends versus being in a relationship. Sometimes you don't like to like mix and mingle that. So that's pretty much how you really feel about relationships. It's kind of like sometimes you stretch yourself way too thin for people and you don't get that in return. So you in relationships, I mean, like to be in a relationship, want to, you know, be with someone and be in sync with them, but at the same token, you're just like, it causes unnecessary stress you don't need most of the time through all of your past experiences. So you kind of like just like the single life, but in a sense, being in a relationship, it kind of fills you up. You know what I mean? It fills you up so that you feel like you have enough to give to that person. But sometimes you feel as if being in a relationship, it depletes you from being able to dish out any energy to friends, work, or anything else that you have going on. You feel like sometimes relationships really deplete your energy. In a sense, it's a lot. And so sometimes you might feel uninspired in a relationship. You might get a little bit bored. So sometimes people are a little bit too overprotective of you. And so that kind of pushes you away, which can be a little bit overwhelming. And so, you know, you like to just, in a sense, be single and replenish yourself. But hey, things change. Ace of Wands, the flip. This is how you feel about the person. So pretty much you're actually really getting in the flip. It's kind of like you're, in a sense, you're like, you feel like there needs to be a little bit more action, okay? There needs to be a little more action. You're unclear as to where this relationship is going. You don't know what direction it's going, maybe. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, you know, if this person really wants to be with you forever, or if this person like buddy for the fall, winter, like, kind of like uninspired, unmotivated about this person in a sense, because you don't know what the hell's going to happen, and you have a lot of desires and passion for the person. At the same token, it's kind of like you're beginning to really question, where is this really going to go? Like, where is this going? You know, you really want to find out. That way that way you can get that burning back, that feeling of like, oh God. Sorry guys. Ooh, my eye makeup was like bothering me. See, I never really wear makeup. Oh, it was like itching. Ooh. So really, you know, it's like you kind of explore and really figure out, you know, what you really care for, what are their paths in life, like where do they want to go? That's the elephant in the room. Like, where do they want this actually to go? Because you don't want to waste your time, and you may be kind of feeling a little bit restricted relationship as far as your day-to-day. So maybe like, I don't know, maybe you call them or text them right away and they get mad at you, or maybe you don't invite them somewhere and they get mad at you, or I mean, it's kind of like you don't really get to have free reign on what you want to do with your personal life, and you don't want them to get mad at you though for wanting to spend time with yourself or not always wanting to go to every outing they invite you to, you know what I mean? So this is kind of how you feel about it. It's like you want to live your best life, but at the same time, you want to give yourself time for your own desires and own wants as well, and because you know how to separate relationship and personal. All right, so then we have the Four of Swords here. So this is how they feel about you. Getting the Four of Swords in the flip, they actually really feel, you know, they're kind of exhausted. They're kind of burnt out a little bit. They feel depleted. They're trying to, like, they feel as if they're attempting to do everything to inhibit you to really see them for who they are, and it's just not working. They feel like they want to make progress with you, but then it causes them to have like a lack of focus with you and kind of just scattered. You know, nothing's really solidified. You guys are kind of mirroring each other's energy. Like, you don't know, they don't know, and you don't know where this is going to go. And they're also wondering the same that they need to take one step at a time and focus on you and really just like stop and learn you a little bit more. Feel if you're not giving up enough for them. So that's why they feel like in this energy of like, okay, where is this gonna go? So you guys are mirroring each other in that case, and their mind is really racing and their body's really trying to keep up because maybe they're super sexually attracted to you, but at the same time it's kind of like, okay, you know, once the sex is over, then what? You know, so it's like it's there. They might be also too sometimes ignoring their physical needs. Like sometimes they really want to like go in with you and they can't because you guys aren't really matching each other's energy to go that deep. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. So the body is really the vessel, it really carries the soul. And so you're into like, you want to have a soul connection with them and you want to be able to have intellectual conversations with them as well. So that's why I feel like this, the Four Swords is in the flip here because it's kind of like, you know, they're willing to do their due diligence to take care of you and to really progress within the relationship. But then again, it's kind of like, they're going to be overthinking, creating illusions and creating problems that aren't even there in the relationship. Okay. And that causes you to be uncomfortable. And so they try and stay busy, maybe work a lot, maybe try not to bother you a lot. They're kind of afraid of what the silence can bring in when you don't say anything. All right. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles in the flip here. So this is how this person feels about relationship in general. Getting the Eight of Pentacles in the flip, it's like they feel as if, you know, they might, you know, they fear of being judged in a relationship. They feel that they may, you know, the person might be impatient, maybe if they're going slow and then the other person wants to go really fast and progress really fast in the relationship. So really fear that imperfection, you know, like of when things happen. Like they don't want to have to put on a facade and be perfect for that person. They want to be able to be themselves and, you know, that person like them for who they are and go at the same pace as them. So this is really how they feel about it. And also too, you know, they get really frustrated when it comes to being in a relationship. There goes this thing, the money, and that's why the Eight of Pentacles here in the flip. It's like they don't want to get frustrated with overspending on items and gifts and things and dinners and this and that, and not have it reciprocated. Like they always fear they're just dishing out so much, and maybe they just have the resources to do that right now. Maybe they're like the way it's set up with everything that's going on in the world, like they want to do those unnecessary things that they used to do in relationships. And then it just end up to shit and not do anything. So that's what they really fear. They really fear, you know, they put into effort into a relationship for it to be nothing. And they just really fear judgment too. They don't want to be judged for doing certain things or not doing certain things. All right, we have the card here. So we have this is what you're worried about in the relationship. You're really worried about this takeover and just have this energy of like just being very authoritative, you know, just taking your power. Like you really feel like, you know, you can be vulnerable with people, but you fear of taking your power. Like, man, if I just go all in with this person, like, am I going to be powerless? Am I just going to be bliss? Like, so that's what you fear when it comes to relationships. It's like really manifest as far as in a relationship, but at the same token, you also just pretty much fear that the experience of like being so open with everything that someone could just quickly just turn around on you. And so you don't want this person to take all your power. You know, you don't want them to control your emotions when this card comes out here. You don't want them to be like in it for like clout. Like you don't want them, you fear when people are in a relationship, they're just gonna like post you as a status, you know, just recognize because they're with you and oh, I got you. You know, you want this person to become big-headed when it comes to a relationship. You want them to actually, you know, keep it cool, you know what I mean? And just kind of like not always have to have a public relationship by posting everything on social media. You know what I mean? Like some things are meant to be private and sometimes you like things to be private. All right. We have the Three of Cups here in the flip. So getting the Three of Cups here, this is what you don't need to be worried about. So pretty much when you get this card in the reverse, it's kind of like you don't have to worry about them being too comfortable with you. You know what I mean? Like they might still do things that like how they got you in the first place, they're still going to try and do. Okay. So you don't have to really worry about them prioritizing, like putting things in before you. Like they're going to put you first. Okay. So that's kind of good. You don't have to worry about them, you know, people and then them not telling you or not inviting you. You know, you don't worry about this person like being judgmental. You can be yourself. You really don't have to worry about them, you know, making those like odd sacrifices. Like, meaning like they're not going to sacrifice their relationship or you to like get ahead, do anything crazy. So it's good, you know what I mean? They pretty much let go of people pleasing habits. So you have to worry about this person actually having that mindset of leaving you and feeling leaving you and leaving you feeling empty. This person is going to actually leave you feeling full. They're going to be romantic with you, you know. And also too, this card comes out, Three of Cups. It's kind of like you're not going to have to worry about three's a crowd. So like if let's say, you know, he wants to go watch a game, you know, with his homeboys, he's going to invite you, you know what I'm saying. So you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. Like you guys can be able to go out with one another and vice versa. Like you can go out and, you know, take it how it resonates. And like you can be with your best friend and then like he can still be there. You know what I mean? You don't really have to like worry about that. All right, we have the Chariot. So getting the Chariot, this is how the relationship has been going so far, but let's check it out because this is actually in the flip. So what this means is like, it's kind of like you guys are in this roaming phase. In a sense, it's like you guys have, like I said earlier, directionless. Like there's no, like looking at the cards here, already saying like you guys didn't know where it's going to go. And this is like, from spirit literally telling you this is how it's been. You guys have both been in the same energy. And it's kind of like you guys got to both get in the driver's seat and just kind of go and steer this relationship where you want it to go if you want it to continue running. Okay. So maybe so far it's been a little bit of drama that you can barely keep up with. Maybe one of you or that person has lost control over a situation or certain aspects of their life. They lost control and it's kind of like they're bringing in this energy like, oh my God, woe is me. I lost my job, or me and my sister, I got it, or you know what I mean? It's like they're like using dumping grounds in a sense, and they're sharing all their problems with you, with whatever's going on with their life. So don't get discouraged though. There are, of course, in all relationships, you know, situationships, there's going to be roadblocks in the way. So that always happens. So we always have to watch out for that and just really evaluate what feels good and what doesn't. And you guys just have to give each other a sense of direction and really choose a life, whether you're going to be together, whether you're not going to be together. Are you guys going to keep this going on? You know, don't force any outcomes because then it can be like having disappointing results. All right, so how this relationship is going to go in the future, we've got the Three of Pentacles here. So, you know, this is a start. This is a start, okay? So maybe you guys might rev it up a little bit. You can come together. This is like collabing together. This is teamwork. This is guys, you becoming a unit. This is that synergy. This is that energy where it's like you guys know if you guys come together, you guys can be better. So, yay, that's good. So even though you guys are in limbo right now, it's actually all come out and work together beautifully. You guys are going to come together. You guys are going to be able to have, you know, be like-minded souls and really come together as one and be inspired by one another. You guys are going to have different things to bring to the table that you guys are going to admire about one another. So this is super good energy. You guys are going to have the same goal in mind of what you guys want to accomplish in life. You know, their strengths, you know, and weaknesses are going to match yours. You know what I mean? Or it's what they don't have, you're going to have. You know what I mean? So you guys are going to have this yin and yang effect to one another. And it's really just going to come together. Like, this is like Trinity right here. Okay. So thank you so much for Scorpio. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know if this video resonated with you. Give it a like as well. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Hey! Sorry, my cats are going crazy. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and the bell right next to it. That way you don't miss out more energy updates from me. And also, please go ahead and follow my Instagram, Vixen Tarot After Dark. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.